Hey everybody, Chris here from It's Mead Made, and welcome back to the series where I am walking you through how to paint your first 3D print. Now in the first video we talked about picking a beginner-friendly model, thinking about how that model is sliced, and the basic tools that you need to get started. In this video we are moving into the next steps, and that is getting your print ready for paint. Because before we ever start priming or putting color on the model, we need to clean it up first. And this step really matters because paint is not going to magically hide those rough spots or make those support marks go away or ugly seams or those little bits of plastic left behind from the print. In fact, once you prime the model, a lot of those things are going to stand out even more. So this part of the process is all about giving yourself a better starting point. All right, real quick. Now, if you want just a little bit of extra help with your painting, I put together a color mixing guide for your 3D printed models. It's a beginner-friendly guide that will help you understand color mixing, thinning your paints, and how to get the most out of the paints that you already have. Now, if you want this guide, you can go ahead and get it by the link down below in the description. And if you're also curious about all of the tools and supplies that we're using throughout this entire series, I've got those linked down below as well. All right, that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and get back to this video. Now, I do want to say this right up front. For this beginner series, we are not chasing perfection. The goal is not to make this model absolutely flawless. The goal is to get it cleaned up enough that painting is easier and the final results look better. That is the big difference. If you try to make your very first model perfect, you can get stuck sanding and tweaking forever and never actually get to the fun part. So, for this video, I want to keep this simple and practical. We are going to remove supports, clean up obvious rough spots, do a little sanding where it matters, and take care of any bigger seams or problem areas. And get this Mario model ready for primer. So let's start with support removal first. When you first grab your print, you do not want to start ripping supports off right away. Take a minute and look at the model, look over it really well. See where the supports are attached. Look for any thin areas or spots that might be easy to damage when you're removing it. On some models, that could be the fingers or the hat, a little accessory or parts that stick out more than the rest. For this, Mario, I'm really looking at the mustache and the hand. A lot of damage happens when people just get impatient and start twisting or yanking off supports way too fast. So use some small pliers or snips and take your time and work in small sections. If something feels stubborn, do not force it. Change your angle, clip a little more away, and keep working carefully at it. The goal here is simple. Get the supports off without damaging the model. Once the supports are removed, now you can start looking at what is left behind. And most of the time, you are going to see a few rough spots, little nubs, support marks, or areas that just need a little cleanup. And that is completely normal. So now we move into cleaning up the obvious problems. This is where a hobby knife can be helpful, or even a Dremel with some deburring bits. You can carefully trim off a little bit of leftover support material, scrape down those rough areas, and clean up spots that are clearly sticking up. The key here is to be controlled. You are not trying to dig into the print. You are just removing what obviously needs to go. And as you do this, focus on the areas people are most likely to notice. The face, the front, the hat, the chest, and the main focal points of the model. Those visible areas matter most. If there is some tiny mark hidden underneath the model, that may not need nearly as much attention. That is something I really want you to keep in mind through this whole process. You do not need to fix every tiny little thing. Focus on what will actually make the biggest difference. After that, the next step is sanding. Now, sanding can sound like a huge job, but for a beginner project, it does not need to be complicated. You do not need to sand every inch of the model. You just want to smooth out the areas that are rough enough to stand out. So look at the spots that really need help. Maybe there is a support scar on a visible part of the model. Maybe there is a seam line that catches the light. Maybe there is a rough patch from the print that would look better smoothed out before primer. Those are the places that you really need to focus on. All you need is a little piece of sanding paper. If you have a sanding stick, that works well, or a sanding sponge, or whatever simple sanding tools work best for that area. Flat spots are usually easy. Curved or tighter areas may take a little more care. But the thing is, go slow and check your progress often. The other thing is don't use too rough of a sandpaper in your first pass. I recommend with FDMs starting at a 120, then working up to a 220 grit, and if you feel like it, move up a little higher as well. You do not want to sand super aggressively either. That can sometimes remove those details from the model. What I recommend, do a little bit, look at it, feel it, and decide whether it needs more sanding or not. That is usually the best approach. Now, depending on the model, sanding may be enough for most of the cleanup. But sometimes you are going to run into a seam or a gap or a rough area that sanding alone is not really going to fix. That is where filler or putty can help. For this beginner series, I'm not going to go super in depth into the different types of filler options. I just want you to understand the basic idea. If you have a spot that is deep on your model and it's just too rough or too noticeable to leave alone, you can use a little bit of filler to smooth it out. This is especially helpful on seams where parts come together. The big tip here is to use it only where it helps. You do not need to cover the entire model with filler. Keep it targeted. Put it where the problem is. Let it dry, then sand it smooth, gently. Simple and controlled. Now, if your model has multiple parts, this is also the stage where you need to start thinking about assembly. Some models are easier to paint once everything is glued together. Other models are easier if you leave a few of the parts separate until later, and then you can reach everything with a paintbrush because it's separate. It really depends on the print. For this Mario model, I actually went ahead and separated model from the base, and I do not recommend gluing it together. We are going to leave those separate until the last step, so it's easier to access everything while we're painting it. And that is something we're thinking about on your own model too. If gluing parts together is going to block areas that you need to reach with a brush, it may make more sense to keep those parts separate and then assemble them later. At the same time, there are situations where gluing first does make more sense. If the model is simple, easy to reach once assembled, or the seam needed to be cleaned up before painting, then putting it together first may be the better move. So there is not just one rule here. The main thing is to think ahead and ask what is going to make the painting process easier. If you are gluing parts together, always dry fit them first. Make sure everything lines up the way that you're expecting them to before adding glue. Then use just a small amount of glue because too much can squeeze out around the seams and just create a lot more cleanup work for you. Once those parts are together, check those seams one more time. Sometimes you do not notice a small gap until the model is fully assembled. If needed, this is where you can add just a little bit of filler before moving on. Once all of that is done, the last step is just to give the model a good final look. Turn it around under good lighting. Check to see the main visible surfaces. Run your fingers lightly over the model to see if anything else needs smoothing. Sometimes your fingers will catch a rough spot before your eyes do. You are just looking for anything obvious that still needs your attention before we throw on primer. And here's the good news. Even if you do miss something, primer usually helps reveal it. So do not put a lot of pressure on yourself in making sure everything is perfect. Just do your best to get the model cleaned up and ready for the next step. That is really what prep is all about. Removing supports carefully, cleaning up the obvious rough spots, sanding what matters, and then filling those bigger problem areas if needed. Then you have got your model ready for primer. And that's the foundation. And once you have all of that, painting becomes a lot easier. So in the next video, we are going to be applying primer to our Mario model and talking about all of the things that come along with that. And that's pretty much it. And as always, I wish you a great day, and I will see you in this next video right here.